Hello. So this is my second video discussing food and emotions and ways we eat and cope and all of that kind of stuff. So I just kind of want to dive right in. The book that has helped me so much is Stop Eating Your Heart Out, and I'll link it below. But the first chapter that is really important in this journey is your eating history. And it literally asks you a slew of questions kind of about your upbringing with food. For instance, what was meal time like around your house? Did you eat dinner together? What was it like? Were you praised for being a good eater? Were you scolded for being a picky eater? Did you ever diet? Do you ever feel guilty about your eating? The next one, they talk about the food mood diary. And what they really want you to do is kind of find patterns or habits or triggers or situations that cause certain emotions for you. I did it for about a month. It took me about that long to kind of see if there were any patterns or situations I was in that might be bringing out certain emotions. So some of the examples they have, so it's the date and the time, January 10th, 8 a.m., bagel and cream cheese, rushing to work was the event that was going on, and feelings rushed and stressed. 10 a.m., food M&Ms. The event is a coworker snubbed me and I'm feeling hurt and lonely. So the idea is that you can find connections between your food choices and your responses in hopes to maybe deal with them differently and cope better as time goes on. Emotional eating, I knew what it was. I had friends who admittedly were emotional eaters. They would be the kind of people who would say, oh, I'm having a really rough week. I'm gonna go buy a bunch of cookie dough and chow down. Or it's the time of the month, so I'm gonna eat a bunch of chocolate. Or I had a really bad day at work. I'm gonna go eat my weight in chips and queso. So it was obvious connection between their feelings and their responses. And for me, there wasn't an obvious connection. I was like, there must be something different. That's my problem, because it's not an obvious, I feel this way, I'm responding this way. So why can't I get control over this? What is the issue that I'm not seeing? Because it's obviously not that. I'm also thinking this should be a simple solution. Be active, eat right. People will say to you, if they've never been through any eating situation or food issue, they're like, just stop doing that. It's easy. You know, they might mean well, but they don't understand. And sometimes for me, there were physical issues that made it difficult to lose weight on top of that. So like the answer of just make a better choice, just move more, it wasn't working and it was frustrating and it didn't connect. It wasn't, oh, I'm sad, respond with food. I would feel those emotions. I would feel angry, upset, lonely, sad, all the things, and maybe I wouldn't respond, but the moment would be done and gone, so I thought. Then I would be grocery shopping later and not really feeling the feelings, but then I might make choices that didn't support the way I had intended to fuel my body. So I would buy things that were easy, fast, or looked good or sounded good or whatever. It wasn't until I read this book and the first part of what she goes through is she lists off tons of different things that qualify you as an emotional eater. So she's going through all these and I'm like, check, check, check. Oh my gosh, it's me. That's me. That's me. I'm an emotional eater. And it was like, okay, so I am, but how do I fix this? How do I respond? I got to get a handle on that. That's what I'm thinking. I got to get a handle on this. But in my journal, even looking back at it now, there's not a lot of connection. There's not a lot of, where I could see I'm having feelings and I'm responding with certain foods. I would be making good choices, but still feeling cruddy. I would be doing the right things. The feeling still didn't seem to connect or affect my choices. It wasn't until one night that I was home and I was feeling sad and lonely and depressed, and I thought, okay, I need to access my positive coping list that I've made, because through this book, that's what you'll do. You'll make a positive coping list, and I'm gonna go exercise. So I got ready. I'm heading there, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta get toilet paper, and they're gonna be closed by the time I get done. So I get the toilet paper, then I pass by the ice cream cooler, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds good, ice cream, you know? And I'm thinking, oh, I can treat myself for working out. I'm being active, I'm making a good coping choice by moving, and so I'm gonna treat myself with ice cream. And for me, I've chosen Halo Top as a good choice, as a better option for me to support my food choices as a treat. So I'm standing there, I'm not feeling the sad, the depressed, all that kind of stuff, because I've already decided in my mind, I'm heading to exercise, we're doing this is good choice. So I'm trying to pick out ice cream and trying to look at the flavors, and I realized in that moment, oh, I'm gonna have to write this in my food mood diary. I don't want to write it in my food mood diary, you know? So I have to assess my feelings. What am I feeling? What am I truly feeling right now? Okay, I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling depressed. That's why I'm heading to the gym. Those feelings aren't gone. I'm like, no. I don't want to write this down. You know, this is a better choice than other ice creams I could choose. But I realize I'm attempting to self-soothe. That's what I'm doing. And even though I'm exercising, even though this is a good treat for yourself, it's still self-soothing. And my body may view the calories and the carb count and the sugar count, it may view it differently, but emotionally, it's all the same. I'm still responding emotionally in my food choices. So I decide I have to break the cycle. I have to deal with this. I have to walk away. So I'm pumping myself up. Inside I'm going, okay, Liz, walk away, make the right choice. You know that you're trying to self-soothe, walk away. And I'm verbalizing out loud, walk away. And that's when I realized there's a lady standing next to me staring at me like I've lost my mind. And I'm like, oh, not you, walk away, me, walk away. And so I do. I turn from the cooler, I buy the toilet paper, I get in my car, I go and I exercise. I was so proud of myself. I mean, it's not like my proudest moment of life, but I was definitely proud of me. You know, if you've ever overcome something, if you've broken a cycle, whether it's from food or from drugs, from alcohol, from porn, whatever it might be, and you finally do the thing, you respond in the way that you swore that you would do every single time, and you finally do the right thing, there's something about that moment of success. There's something inside of you that's like, oh man, I'm stronger than I thought. I did the thing I thought I could never do. You know, I've lived with regrets in other times that I haven't made the right choices. So to be able to go to the car, go exercise and get that energy out and to deal with the negative feelings that I was feeling and then go home and not have regrets, I felt like, oh my gosh, I've broken the cycle. I've cracked the code in my head of what's going on here. You feel that difference, that sense of satisfaction, and it makes you feel stronger for next time, where maybe you're more capable of recognizing, like, okay, that's a response right now, that you're responding to these feelings that you had maybe earlier in the day or the other day. And so for me, that was just such a aha, light bulb on moment. And it's been so helpful for me, because once I figure out like what's going on in my head, it seems like I can properly respond in all areas of my life, not just, the food stuff, but in dealing properly with my emotions, dealing properly with my responses. And that's just been such a big deal for me. My challenge for you would be, whether you've started reading the book or not, whether you ever read the book or not, try doing the food mood diary for a month. I know it's a long time to write down literally everything that you eat and when you eat it and what you're feeling. And sometimes it's hard to recognize what you're feeling, but I guarantee that you're going to see patterns. You're going to see something possibly in those details that may help you to crack the code for yourself. So I appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions or comments or whatever, you can put them below. And I hope that you'll join me next time when we talk more about this. Thanks, guys.